Again. Okay, there we go. I recently came back from Hobby Lobby. Throw the receipt in here. I got some pliers, a few cutters, and some stuff to make earrings. I'm gonna show you my plan with these later, but first, move that out of the way. But first, we will get it all set up. Let's move that out of the way. Move the pliers out of the way. Get it just cleaned up a little bit in here. And what I am going to attempt to do, I don't know if it's going to work, obviously. I never know if anything I do is going to work. But what this attempt's going to be is I'm going to try to punch out leather with these, they're cookie cutters. So they're definitely not meant to do this, but we're going to try it anyways. And what I'd want to do with these is make earrings out of it with little scraps of leather. And if I can cut, because I don't think I'll be able to sell enough to justify the cost of hand cutting these, but I definitely can justify it if I can punch them out. But like I said, these are for clay and for cookie cutting, so they're definitely not meant for this task, but we're going to give it a little test and see what it does. Let's just grab a scrap bit of leather. We'll start with some thin leather, actually. Let's see if we can find some of that really thin piece. Actually, let's just cut it off of here. I need to get rid of that section anyways. We'll start with thin and then work our way up. So, ow, I hit my knee. Okay. So my plan with this is I'm just going to put it on top of the leather here and hammer it out. But what I'm using this for is I'm going to make, have you ever seen like those little earrings they're like shaped in a leaf sort of, and they're made out of leather? That's going to be my attempt here today. So we're going to see if these fall apart immediately, because they're just like tack welded. They're not even actually held together very firmly. So let's see if it immediately breaks. Actually, let's get a punch pad. That way you can cut through. If it actually does make it through. I'm sure it'll cut out a lot better if I moved it over to my table over there, but this is just a little experiment we're going to try. Let's realign it so I'm not cutting out. Well, definitely isn't sharp enough. That's for sure. It did make a nice outline. Maybe I could just hammer it down into an outline and then come back with a craft knife. Let's just really bang on it. See if I can break it or make it all the way through. Well, that didn't work. Let's try that again. It is deforming quite a bit. I'll try a bunch of little hits. I am kind of, that's a lot better. The way I was holding it, I kept hitting my fingers. Nope, I don't think this is gonna work. Maybe let's try a bigger one. I don't see how that would help, but who knows? Maybe it will. Okay, let's move my fingers. Oh yeah, it's definitely not meant for this. Okay, these seem to be a little bit sharper, I suppose. So I'll start with the smallest one, because I can really hammer on that and not really be afraid of breaking it. Okay, well let's just really like hit it with all my might. Oh, it went through. Oh, not quite. Still not quite. Oh, okay. I see why I didn't make it through, because it bent over the metal. So I immediately broke that one. Now let's try a bigger one, see if that will help for any reason, and we're just gonna hammer away. It almost made it through though, so maybe I'm onto something. Okay, well, I'm gonna give up on this pursuit for today. I can buy these shapes in like actual leather cutting tools, but I couldn't find them at just like Hobby Lobby. So I thought I'd try these out. They were like $2, so I'm not out anything. Maybe later when I'm off stream, I'll try sharpening these, because it is just kind of sheet metal. And who knows, maybe that'll help cut it through. That was kind of fun just hitting it hard with the hammer, so let's try with this tiny one as well. Okay, yeah, I broke that one too. Well, I almost got through it all. Well, this is just a stream of me banging on stuff. I'm sure it's the most entertaining stream I've done so far, but this is a leatherworking channel, and maybe I should just stop mutilating leather. I will set these to the side. I won't call them a lost cause yet, but that's what it's looking like. Like I said, maybe I could do with something like I can tap it down lightly, and then I can come back with my craft knife and just cut out the lines. Let's see how that works. Because that would be fairly fast, but like I said, these are going to have to be sold for really cheap. So, because nobody's going to pay like $40 for just a simple pair of earrings, and punching them out would be a whole lot faster. And they're so small that... Okay, yeah, that isn't really going to work either. I'll finish cutting them out to just kind of show you what I'm talking about. I didn't do too much research into this, so it's not like I'm an expert or anything. This is just a test. I will get into the leatherworking bit that I do know about in a minute though. And then basically what you do is you take these jumper rings, is what they're called. Oh, I got silver plated ones. I didn't even know I went that fancy. Oh well. Anyways, I got some silver plated jumper rings, and then it would be a bigger one than this obviously, but you put the jumper ring on there, then you have these like fish hook things. They call them that because they're shaped like fish hooks. And then you attach that to the jumper, then you have a little dangly earring. So when I buy the actual punches, I'll start making those. I do got the rest of the materials for it. Looks like I make about 180 of them. So 60 pairs of earrings. And these are only like $10 in total, so whatever 60 divided by, $10 divided by 60 is. So the metal part of these will be pretty cheap. And I don't think it'll take up much leather either. So that'll be a very cheap, easy to produce project whenever I get the punches, the proper punches for it. I don't know why I threw my cutting knife. I'll probably need that. Okay, well, let's get back to the actual leather working. I think most of it's in view here, but I'll just bring it in so you all can see. I may angle the camera down a little bit more. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's angle it. Is that better? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, well, let's get started. Last time we left off, I was just looking at this. I was skiving. So we're going to pick back up on that. I have taken my ibuprofen and my Advil, and my hands are feeling good. So this should be a longer stream than usual. Well, I've been streaming for only like a week. I suppose there is no usual yet, but than what I was originally doing. I had to take a few days off, do shorter streams to prevent my hands from falling apart. But I'm going to see the doctor soon, so they'll figure it out. I'm just thinking of which parts I need to skive. Here, I'll turn it this way so you all can look at it, see my what I'm basing this leather wallet off of. It's not quite cutting as good. I did a lot of skiving yesterday, so it may be dull. I may have to replace it in a little while, but we'll do a couple with this blade on just to get our use out of it. Because while they aren't expensive, they definitely do cost money. I'm gonna end up cutting my finger like that.